Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Driving Growth with Marketing Automation. My name is Andy Cluck, and I'm on the marketing team here at LEDGEVIEW Partners. We're a Microsoft Gold partner and also a Salesforce Silver consulting partner. For those of you who are unfamiliar with us, LEDGEVIEW Partners helps businesses transform their approach to sales, marketing, and customer service by aligning those teams to focus on improving their customers' overall experience and also providing management with metrics through technology so they can evaluate their success. For today's webinar, we're going to be covering how you can effectively use marketing automation to drive business growth with some tips to effectively align your sales and marketing teams by using the automation. Also, how to drive sales growth with targeted lead nurturing programs, very important, and both strategies and best practices to harness the power of marketing automation. But before I turn things over to our presenter, we just have a couple of housekeeping items to cover. First off, today's webinar is going to be recorded and will be available on demand after the live session. You're going to receive an email shortly following the webinar today. There'll be a link in there to access the presentation on demand. We encourage you to share that with your team and network as well so everyone can share in the great knowledge. To ensure the best audio quality, we have everyone listen-only mode today, but if you do have a question, you'll see on the right-hand side where your GoToWebinar control panel is, you can submit questions on there. We promise to follow up with you after the webinar to answer any questions that you submit. All right. I've taken up enough time. It's time to introduce our presenter today, Chad Collette. Chad is the Director of Marketing here at LEDGEVIEW Partners. So he leads our in-house use of our own marketing automation tools and strategies. Chad actually recently presented on this topic at our CRM conference back in early May at Milwaukee. So Chad, we're ready to dive into the world of marketing automation. It's all yours.
Thank you, Andy. The fun world of marketing automation. I want to thank everyone for joining us for the next 25 minutes to talk about how marketing automation can help drive growth within your organization. I see we have several customers and some prior LEDGEVIEW webinar attendees with us today, so I want to say welcome back. You know, there's a few things that I get really excited about. Start of football season, and yes, headquartered in Wisconsin, I am a diehard Green Bay Packers and Wisconsin Badgers fan. I also really look forward to running half and full marathons, although most people just call me crazy. But every day I get really excited about marketing and how solutions like CRM and marketing automation have transformed how marketers can succeed today. If it wasn't for marketing automation, I probably wouldn't have time to train for more than a 5K charity walk. But really enough about me. I know that time is a precious investment for us all, so let's get to it. So what are we going to cover today? Well, we're going to start off by addressing the cost of misalignment of sales and marketing. Now, marketing automation is an important strategic tool that can create efficiencies in your alignment efforts. But what is marketing automation? Well, we'll examine the key components of marketing automation and the value it provides to organizations in guiding your target buyers in the customer journey and experience that you want them to have. In some cases, organizations feel it's good enough to just have a marketing automation solution, but don't spend the time necessary to create a strategy how to effectively use it. And today we'll examine some strategies for growth and hone in on how to use functionality like lead scoring and nurturing that will bring it all together. And finally, we'll wrap it up with some additional resources that you can access. So let's jump into it. Do these graphics look familiar? Where sales and marketing can't seem to collaborate on the end results they're trying to achieve? The technology is one aspect, but true collaboration and well thought out processes for alignment is another. It seems at times that sales and marketing are not coworkers, but meeting each other for the very first time, every time. Yet according to a study from Acton, almost 3 out of 4 organizations report some degree of alignment, but only 17% describe themselves as completely aligned. Where do you fall? Studies show failure to align sales and marketing teams around the right processes and technologies cost B2B companies 10% or more of revenue every year. How about that 50% of sales time is wasted on unproductive prospecting, and unfortunately that sales reps ignore 50% of marketing leads, which really troubles us marketers. It's that age-old debate between marketing and sales. Marketing feels that they're providing super high quality leads, but sales feels quite different. Do you see the disconnect there, or are you one experiencing it all? So let's shift our focus to what brings marketing and sales together to drive revenue growth. It starts with defining what marketing automation is and what it's designed to do. So just so we're all on the same page, I want to talk for a minute about marketing automation, as I know sometimes it can be seen as a vague concept that often gets lumped in the bucket of email marketing. Marketing automation is much more than just sending emails. At the core, it's simply technology that helps streamline, automate, and measure marketing activities across channels. Said another way, it's the engine that can ensure the right message gets to the right person at the right time. Now, you may be familiar with some marketing automation solutions or have one yourself, like Act-On Software, ClickDimensions, HubSpot, Marketo, and many others. In fact, there's hundreds of solutions you can pick from. A good marketing automation solution will provide not only email marketing, but web tracking, lead scoring, nurture or drip marketing, campaign tracking, forms, surveys, landing pages, and much more. Now that we've described what marketing automation is, the ultimate goal for any marketing activity is to increase conversions, defined by key metrics as determined by the company leaders. Now, whether this is B2C purchases, B2B relationships, or continual engagements with your customers, your goals should be simple and straightforward. Now, here are 6 simple goals of marketing automation that you can incorporate when you get started. Defining and segmenting your target audience and gaining that audience's attention. Identify who is actively engaged with you via your emails, your website, social media, and other channels. Nurture that engagement into a conversation, all while tracking and measuring the conversion metrics. And finally, leveraging relationships to create those long-term customers. To put all these goals into perspective, the real value in marketing automation is the visibility and insight that it provides into the behaviors of your targeted audience to drive that revenue. Now, here's a few statistics that I pulled from Fast Facts ebooks from Act-On Software, and believe me, they've got a lot of ebooks out there. I'm not going to read them all, but really the top one is really my favorite. 80% of marketing automation adopters saw their numbers of leads increase, and 77% saw the number of conversions increase. And also in relation to using marketing automation to retain your existing business and customers, organizations that have implemented marketing automation reduce their customer churn by 43% over businesses that do not automate. Now, those are some powerful numbers. So next, let's take a look at some strategies that marketers can use for growth with their marketing automation solution. First, understanding your audience. Now, some of you may have already had your target audience well mapped out and understood. In the context of most marketing automation solutions, they'll ask you specifically to create buyer personas. Now ask yourself, who's our target prospects? What industry are they in? Are they all the same? Is there a specific product that we're marketing? Is it a suite of products, a service? What do we know about the individuals that make purchasing decisions regarding our offerings? Are they a C-suite level executive, maybe a manager or a coordinator? Think about what different roles these titles might play in making that purchasing decision. Now, there's often one person who gets to make the final call, but there's also influencers and end users whose voices are very important to many leaders when they make a final decision on a new product or service. Think about how someone's job title might correspond to their role in the decision-making process. Start to outline those roles. Which titles correspond to which role? And think about other information you have on your prospects that will help you group them. In addition to profile information, outline the main goals and objectives these individuals have. These goals can address professional development, saving money for their company, streamlining day-to-day activities, and so on. Goals are going to be important as you create your marketing strategy, because understanding the goals of your prospects will help you develop the right information to deliver at the right time, and of course in the right place to nurture your prospects and leads towards a decision. And we'll leverage these definitions a little bit later when we talk about nurture strategies. Okay, so we have a marketing automation solution. Life is awesome, but what are we going to do with it? Start thinking in funnels. We can summarize these 6-stage processes into really 3 main components: awareness, interest, and consideration. We can also refer to these as top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel, all terms that you all are very familiar with. We want to outline what problems and pain points our prospects have when they start to become aware of our products and services. We want to know what solutions they need as a result of those problems and pain points. This is where a lot of teams rush in and overload their prospects and leads with product and service information. Take a step back. As you build this stage, think about educating your prospects and your customers. Provide content like ebooks, white papers, checklists, infographics, case studies, webinars like this one, and also in-person educational seminars. Finally, take the opportunity to directly leverage product information into the consideration stage. Show them what it's like to work with you. Provide data sheets, trial opportunities, pricing, and really anything else that they need to feel like they are making an informed, educated decision. Now, the main goals of marketing are to increase brand awareness and to increase the number of sales-ready leads, often and preferably at a lower and lower cost per lead. So let's assume for now we're especially focused on lead delivery and conversion. We can use a traditional funnel model to demonstrate that. Problems or business challenges create a need to find a solution. What's the first thing you do when you're looking for an answer to something? Do you Google it? I know I do. An internet search is where most of your prospects today will start when they've decided they even want to learn about potential solutions, but not necessarily ready to buy yet. Are you easy to locate online, and is the information they're seeking easy to find, but most of all digest? Are they attracted to your marketing? Immediately, we want to ask ourselves, what are we doing to attract and capture, top of the funnel, these prospects? Is there a process in place? If the answer is no, you're more than likely to lose these prospects to poor nurturing. They will leave the funnel on their own and potentially for a competitor, or simply because they can't find the information they need to feel confident in making a decision. Well, what if we have a solid process in place for attracting and capturing those prospects? When do we hand them off to sales? We want to hand off to sales when we know that prospect has everything they need to move forward with making that purchasing decision. If they don't, is sales empowered to answer any questions they might have? Does sales need to be involved earlier, but maybe in a controlled manner? We don't want to push to sales too early and then turn our prospects off, but we also don't want to wait too long just in case a competitor swoops in and beats us. So how do we move forward, knowing that these are our 2 biggest hurdles? First is tracking. As soon as you have what is referred to as a tracking beacon on your web and landing pages, your marketing automation solution is listening for page visits and reporting those in your account. Now, your goal with all visitors is to always convert them from an anonymous to known visitors by getting them to click on an email or complete an online form. At any given moment, 97% of your website visitors are invisible. Since about 3% ever identify themselves, it puts a serious crimp in sales' ability to strike when the iron is hot. Now, these known prospects or leads are the individuals we can more effectively market to because we have information like job title, geographic location, and we know which pages they've shown interest in, thanks to the tracking in marketing automation. Tracking corresponds with the attract, or the top of the funnel buyer stage. These correspond with the goals such as increasing your page visits, growing your known conversions, increasing visitors by source, such as social or by search term, maybe from specific AdWords or remarketing campaigns. Well, now that we're really filling up our funnel with known visitors and our behavioral bucket with all these facts about our prospects and leads, how does marketing automation help us leverage it? Lead scoring. If you're not using lead scoring and you start to use lead scoring, you're going to love lead scoring. Did a prospect open an email? Did they click on a link? Did they complete that form or sign up for your webinar? All these activities can generate a score, which ultimately will lead them through a funnel. One key takeaway here is for sales and marketing to work together to develop the lead scoring, and for both to understand the lead scoring so that they're in alignment. Now, with these lead scoring rules in place, we're going to use these to define our funnel stages. Remember that three-stage funnel? Well, each of these stages is going to align with a score range. This enables you to very quickly gauge where your prospects and leads are in the buying process based on their level of engagement. The more engaged they are, the closer they are to making their purchasing decision and bringing them down the funnel. And these scores that you can create and master yourself and create any kind of number sequence you would like. Speaking of forms, they're really the marketer's best friend. A great way to capture data and generate new leads with all the great content you're building. Now, we've all completed these online forms. In fact, everyone in this webinar completed one to attend this webinar. This is a great way to learn more about your leads, prospects, and current customers. But really just be cautious of what you gate and when. With marketing automation, you can even put an expiration on forms. So when content becomes dated, it can also trigger to be free and open. You want to ensure that all your forms are mobile ready or responsive in design. We've all been there where it's very tough to fill out a form on maybe your phone, and you may abandon that form. And your forms can be created right within your marketing automation solution. But also many solutions allow you to use something called form capture if you're already using forms on your current website. And it'll tie right to your marketing automation and ultimately your CRM. And if you're doing events or webinars, ensure that your marketing automation solution has an integration capability with tools like GoToWebinar, WebEx, Eventbrite. It'll make life so much easier for you and also very exciting. Well, us marketers get excited about that stuff. I don't know about everybody else. You know, as marketers, we're really greedy for information, that is, just by nature. We want to know everything about our leads, prospects, customers right now. No patience whatsoever. That's why you may run into an online form from time to time that makes you feel like you're completing your tax returns. Now, this is where progressive profiling becomes an amazing asset in your marketing toolbox. Oh yeah, and also having a little bit of patience to use it. Now, progressive profiling serves up different form fields to your contacts based on what you already know about them. Now, perhaps you already know their job title and their phone number, but not their industry or size or company size. Well, this is all done through dynamic forms that present questions to your prospects and lead incrementally over time. And together with that patience I mentioned, provides a wealth of information in small chunks to help you continually refine your messaging and ensure that each buyer's journey is as targeted as it can be. Now, using forms in marketing automation, you can also create immediate, automated, time-saving actions. Like you can send an automated email response, like an event confirmation, or when they'll be hearing back from you after filling out the Contact Us page on your website. Adding a new lead to marketing automation and or CRM, or updating old or missing information, especially with that progressive profiling. Adding them or removing them to a marketing list or a nurture campaign, all done automatically. And notifying the account or record owner of their activity and assigning new leads, like you see here with this email. It's a notification that was received via email about a new registration, yours truly, for an event in Appleton. Now that we know how to identify our prospects and make them known, it's time to start marketing to them. This takes us into our nurture stage. We'll start by creating groups or segments of prospects by the score or the funnel stage. This offers us an overview of how many of our prospects are in each stage, and also lays the foundation for us to start nurturing these prospects with the content that they are most likely to deem valuable and relevant. Now, these segments will feed into our nurture programs, consisting of one or more messages built to deliver the information we know that these prospects want and really need to move to the next stage of their journey. Remember, our goal is to plug the leaks in the side of the funnel and to increase the quality of the leads we ultimately deliver to sales. Of course, lead scoring isn't the only type of segment that you should consider. You should consider complementing your strategy with persona, industry, and specific product segments. As you refine your marketing strategy, these more granular types of segments will come in handy to feed evolving automated nurture marketing campaigns. Talk about list segmentation. It's really that secret sauce that makes your email messages personal and relevant. We all get a lot of emails. You can boost engagement and increase conversion by targeting specific behaviors. Did they attend a webinar like today or visit a specific landing page? Were they on your website in the last 24 hours? Have you ever gotten a call or an email right after you visited someone's webpage and thought, wow, I was just thinking about you? That's not really a coincidence. It's marketing automation. As I said early on, marketing automation is more than email marketing, but that doesn't mean it excludes it. Quite the contrary, it really enhances it. Now you have your forms, and now your lead scoring, and your segmented lists. Now you can really unleash the power of email marketing. As you can see, email marketing yields an average of 3,800% return on investment for businesses in the United States. With the rise of social media, some say that email is on its way out. But these numbers and some of these statistics tell a very different tale. How do we know all this? Tracking and testing, as you can see here. While the delivery channel for a lead nurturing program is primarily email-based, it's important to remember that lead nurturing is much more than just email communications. It can involve other non-email touches like direct or dimensional mail, SMS, phone calls, and others. When it comes to lead nurturing, rather than a random and independent email sent out to a marketing list when the time kind of feels right or is convenient, a lead nurturing campaign is a series of communications with the intent of moving someone from another point in the sales stage or to encourage them to complete a specific action or a call to action. When building a lead nurturing campaign, each step should have a clear and concise goal or a conversion point in mind. So what results can lead nurturing really produce? How about that lead nurturing emails get 4 to 10 times the response rate compared to standalone email blasts? And that businesses that use marketing automation to nurture prospects experience a 451% increase in qualified leads. And nurtured leads make 47% larger purchases than non-nurtured leads. Now, depending on the marketing automation tool you're using, the technology to create the nurture campaigns may be slightly different, but the overall concepts are the same. You're developing a series of actions and communications based on behaviors. For example, if someone submits a certain form on your website or a landing page, that could trigger to add a prospect or a lead to a nurture program. It could be added to a marketing list. Once a person is entered into the nurture program, we would then establish the targeted communications that should be sent to that prospect or lead. Nurturing programs typically have time delays, like waiting a couple days or a couple weeks, really depending on their actions. So you can control the timing of the end automatically. Okay, so you've decided that lead nurturing is a good idea. Pretty much a no-brainer. But how do you get started? Well, first, as you continue to improve alignment, discuss lead nurturing with your marketing and sales team to really ensure that everyone is on the same page, and I can't stress that enough. Identify an initial target group and a campaign to set your campaign goals. And then begin with a small sample segment. Don't just dive right into 100,000 people. Map out your lead nurture prospects for the identified target. But keep in mind that it's more than just creating an email template, but mapping out your full customer journey on the actions they take and the course, and measure the effectiveness and expand on the successes that you're seeing. Now, these are examples of lead nurturing goals that you may want to set for each campaign you're executing. If you're brand new to this, yes, it may be difficult to put some initial goal estimates together, but it's a start, and you can adjust, and you should adjust as you go along. As you're seeing, it's important to remember that lead nurturing is a jointed process by which sales and marketing are working together with the ultimate goal of customer conversions and sales increases. Now, a study by CSO Insights showed that 89% of companies that align sales and marketing and their lead generation efforts reported measurable increases as a result of continuous nurturing, not a one-time thing. Now, remember that first slide we talked about where sales and marketing seem to be meeting for the first time? These guys look pretty happy, and this one looks much better. When sales and marketing teams are in sync, companies become 67% better at closing deals. And companies with aligned sales and marketing generated 208% more revenue from marketing. I hope that with today's information, you have a better understanding of how to drive growth with marketing automation. Whether it's an automation solution in place now, or you need to get more out of it, or you're still searching for your new solution, I also want to encourage you to take advantages of the plethora of resources that companies provide on the web. Marketing automation solution providers like Acton, ClickDimensions, HubSpot, well, pretty much all of them offer a wide array of content like on-demand videos, webinars, ebooks, data sheets, and much, much more. So go to their websites, check them out, download them, some great nighttime reading. On our LEDGEVIEW Partners website, we also have a full load of resources for you, including one of our new ebooks on harnessing the power of marketing automation. There will be a link to download this ebook in the email you receive with access to this presentation on demand later today. Finally, for those you may not realize, LEDGEVIEW Partners offers much more than CRM solutions and services. It includes a wide range of marketing services, including marketing analysis and technology roadmaps, marketing automation to CRM integration and technical setup, training, execution, and ongoing business consulting. Please give us a call or check out more details at ledgevpartners.com, where there's a lot more information. Well, that's all I have for you today, and I really appreciate you taking the time to open our emails, sign up for this webinar, and hopefully you learned a thing or two about how marketing automation can really help your business. I hope we can connect soon and learn more about how your marketing challenges. Here's my contact information, so please feel free to drop me an email, give me a call, or connect with me on LinkedIn. If any questions did come in today, we're going to make sure we follow up on all of those right away. And again, watch your email inbox later today for a copy of this presentation on demand. We encourage you to share that with others, and also the additional resources. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day.